Good morning, my friends. Peggy here, and I wanted to show you what's going on in my front yard. We are expecting a cold front to come through tonight, and we are going to drop into the high 30s. And so I just wanted to give you a quickie update of things that are blooming that I hope they are blooming tomorrow. Now, barely a couple weeks ago, I took these amaryllis bulbs, and you saw me chop the bottoms off, and I cut all the leaves off, and I repotted every one. And I wanted to show you that each and every one of them, I mean, they always look dead when you start out, and you think, wow, these just, another year will they make it? And to tell you the story quickly, that we moved here in 2007. I'm in Windermere, Florida, Zone 9B, and there was a shopping center that was opening, and they were delayed in their opening, and so they couldn't open in it was, I think, September, and so by the time they opened, it was sometime in November, and so all of their products, it was a Target actually, and they had all sorts of garden supplies and plants and what have you. Well, 2 months later, everybody's already got their Christmas lights and they've already bought their presents. And so here, all these amaryllis bulbs went from being $10 to they were selling them for 90 cents. So I bought five. They came with a pot, they came in a box, with soil and instructions, etc. So those five multiplied, and over the years, I probably have close to 100. They are all through the yard. As a matter of fact, I'll turn around and show you I planted a few over here, because they do divide, and you'll see them. I don't see any. I don't see any heads coming up quite yet. Oh yeah, there's one. There's a head. And so I think there's 7 over here, and I've got ones in the front yard, and I'll show you those briefly, but shortly, I'm sorry. But I just wanted to show you that this is 9 days ago. There was nothing, and you can see this is a flower head coming up. Can you see that? They're just amazing, and I try not to get too much water in the very center because that'll hold them back. But you can see that this one is opening, and it's got 4 blooms on it. 4, 5, 4 blooms. And another day it will be a full head. But let's see what I've got here. Here's another one here's a double. Here's the first one, and here's the second one. And I don't know, I think that's just a leaf on this one. Here we've got another bloom. And there were 2 different types. One was called Apple Blossom. That was the first one I showed you. And this one is some sort of a red, and I don't know what the exact name of it is, but they're both very stunning. Here's the Sweet Alyssum that I had planted. I had it in my back porch, and I thought I would bring it out here because I have a nice watering system. Here's the Purple Lady Bok Choy, and has Sweet Alyssum around it, and I want to use that as a border. And then here's some little marigold seeds that you can see they've already gotten their leaves on them, and I want to pull those apart. And I think those are a short, they're a French marigold, and I think I'm going to take these amaryllis and just put them around, and then I'll have this whole area to replant again. And I'm thinking just doing something very simple, maybe marigolds. But anyway, all of this is going to have to probably go in the garage. The bougainvillea will take this like a champ. When we had our freezes and we went into the we went down into the low 30s, the bougainvillea just, it died back. but you can see it comes back every year, no problem. Let's see, in the front yard, I haven't gotten a chance to clean this up yet, but you can see now the amaryllis. We have a lot of heavy winds that come through here, and they will knock those over, and I need to get some stakes out here. Here's another. This one is, I believe this is the apple blossom, and it looks like it's probably got maybe 6 blooms in it, so that'll be really stunning if it can make it. Up the driveway or up the sidewalk here, I've got these are Parisian carrots. They're like a little round nugget instead of being like a long carrot. They're just like a little round. And this is the Japanese giant red mustard that tastes like wasabi. And this one is the one that was growing more in the shade, and so it didn't take off as much as this one did, but I put them all on one side now, and so they are both doing really well. I've got some mixed lettuces back there and some cranberry, turning that the wrong way, cranberry hibiscus in the same pot, and there's a tomato seedling that just volunteered. Down here, I've got an avocado tree back there. I've got to find a place in the ground for that. But here's the tomatoes. And I've got 36 tomatoes that I want to try this year. And it was the Principale Borghese. They're a smaller tomato that they say are really good for drying and for sauce and what have you. So anyway, I'm backing off here. I planted some of this. This was a Mizuna. It's supposed to be a greens that has like a red stem to it, but I brought it out right before a rain, and oh doggone, I mean, the rain just beat it down. And so I think I need to just reseed those pots and start again. It's the way with being a gardener, is that sometimes you just have to start again. I look a little messy out here, so I do apologize. We've had rain that came through, and when the rain comes through, it's a moat, and it comes through and it just brings all the dirt in here. But these were all volunteers. These were the pentas that have volunteered throughout the yard, and I just keep bringing them out here in hopes that they will really take off. And we've had some warmer weather now, and so they really they'll start to really strut their stuff. And by next month, I hope to see these plants all double and triple in size and really take off, and it becomes a bee magnet. The bees just love it here. It still doesn't look too bad. If it's like anything, if you stand back far enough, it looks really good. But azaleas are still blooming. The salvia is blooming. This is that milkweed that just blew in 10 years ago, 12 years ago, and it refuses to leave. I keep letting some of it grow so that the monarchs are able to come and visit, and they lay their eggs there, and Mother Nature at its best. I had planted a peppermint stick balsam here last year, and I had just a few of them. Well, they seeded, and I've just let those go, and they will come back and they will grow and be up to here and cover this ugly telephone receptacle that nobody uses anymore because it's for a landline. And so that's about it. You can see that we trimmed our crepe myrtle, and yes, we do crepe murder, as they call it. And every year for the last 13 years now, 2007, I guess we're coming up on 15 years, but for the last 14 years we've trimmed it back, and it comes back. And you know, we have two schools of thought. Some people leave theirs and they just maybe trim the little top seed pods off, and I do that more in the backyard where you've seen me trim my two uh, crepe myrtles back there. These are an arborvitae that are in pots, and I think someday I'm going to have to either take them out and put them in the ground, or take them out and replace them with something else, because they're just starting to thin out in the center. But they still, for right now, they still look good. And Gwendolyn needs something for her Easter bonnet so that she really stands out. And that really is about it. This gardenia, I've tried worm castings and worm leachate and fertilizers, and for some reason or other, it needs iron. I think is probably would be the answer to it. So anyway, I didn't mean for this to be quite so long, but I hadn't been out here for a long time to show you the front, and I'm going to back off here a little bit and show you the elm tree, which still hasn't gotten any leaves on it. But by next month, by April, you'll see the buds will start to swell. But it's a real pretty tree, and it's, boy, and when those leaves are out, it really protects this front porch and the front garden from the heavy Florida sun. So garden what you've got, and I hope you guys will subscribe and ring the bell and come back to see me again soon. Take care now. Bye bye.